Mhm. So now we are live. Welcome, Chris, and first of all, thank you to make time in your schedule, in between work and racing and all of that. You made time to be talking with us, and I really appreciate that. And to our audience, welcome everyone. Good afternoon or good morning, depending in which coast you are. Actually, there it's afternoon already too, right, Chris? In
Yeah, just about. Yeah, it's noon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Cool.
Mhm.
So first, let me present you just to our audience, just for the ones that do not know you. So Chris, I met Chris we started working together, I think in 2013, more or less in the beginning of that season that you had, and actually that season went and ended up pretty good, pretty well, with your first championship in terms of racing. And then yeah, it's been almost 10 years, 9 years that we know each other, huh?
Yeah, it's been a long
Goodness.
time now. Yeah,
Wow.
time
And
flew by.
yeah. And
Yeah.
throughout these 10 years, you competed in at least that I can pull off the top of my mind, on 2 to 3 different categories, right?
Yes, that's correct. The first one was, as you said, in 2013. That was Mazda MX-5 Cup,
Uh-huh.
and that's basically it's an all Mazda MX-5 series. So all the cars that were racing there were all Mazda MX-5s of the same
Mm-hmm.
type, same spec. So I think it was the third generation of Mazda MX-5 that was out at the time, from the right around 2010 to 2014 or 15.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the cars we raced. It was a very competitive series. Um, that
Especially
went well.
because
We
the
won
cars are
the
all the
championship.
same. That's pretty good.
Yes, yeah. Right. Yes. Everything was the same. The only thing you could do was change your suspension settings and setup, but otherwise everybody had the same engine and same components, same shocks, and you weren't really allowed to change very much. You could only change the individual shock settings.
Mm-hmm.
That was something, if you had the expertise, that might help you over your competitors. We did have a good engineer at that time. Actually, still have the same engineer today. It's Ken Murillo.
Uh-huh.
He was
I remember
very
him.
good
Yeah.
at setting up the. Yeah. He's an expert in that area. So we were able to do quite well. We had a good car all the time, and we were successful. So I still drive for that team.
But in a different series now, right?
In a different series, yeah. Now we race. We just started the IMSA series, the Michelin Pilot Challenge, which is basically a combination. It's a class. It's a double class series with there's a GT4 class and there's also a TCR class, which and these two classes of cars are different. They have different horsepower specifications and weight. So there's basically two classes of cars on the track at the same time. We are now in the GT4 class in a Mercedes AMG GT4, which you may be familiar with. It's like
Yeah,
a
of course.
AMG GT Coupe,
Mhm.
which you can buy on the showroom from Mercedes. This particular one has been prepped to race. It's got a roll cage and all the racing equipment. It's got a sequential gearbox. So it's really quite a nice race car to drive.
And it's totally different from the previous one in terms of
Yeah,
riding
it's
and
quite
all
a bit
that,
different.
right?
It's got more power.
Mhm.
It's heavier. It's quite a bit. It's more user friendly. The other car was more of like a raw driving experience. It had a manual
Mhm.
transmission. This one has a sequential transmission with the gears where you shift on the steering wheel. So that makes it quite a bit easier to drive, I think. But
less
it's very
vintage,
nice.
more modern.
Yeah, it's much more modern. Yeah. So yeah, there aren't any cars that we race against that have a manual transmission. So not our car or any of the cars on the grid. None of them have a manual transmission anymore.
Yeah,
So
it's
that
quite
shows you
different
the way
one.
things are going.
Awesome. That's awesome. Let me just tell the guys at home, if you guys have any questions, please just feel free to put in the chats, in the comments, and I bring them to Chris, and we can actually discuss a little bit about that. I just mentioned the championship in 2013, but last year it was the same series as this. No, it's the below one, right?
Yeah, it was similar. The series last year was GT4 America, and that's it's a different sanctioning body that officiates the races. But otherwise, it was the same. We had the same car. We had an AMG GT.
And the end was pretty good that you won the championship again.
Yeah, so yeah, we won the championship again. Just by putting in consistent results. We didn't always win. We won some of the time, but I think it was a good team effort where everybody kind of did their part, and we all did well. We all did a good job, and we got the results. So we were happy about that.
Amazing, beautiful. Going back to the work that we do together. Let's say back in the beginning when you started, why did you try meditation, mindfulness? What brought that to your spectrum in terms of a competition? What were you trying to develop in yourself and with meditation and mindfulness?
Well, racing is such a mental sport. I think there is some natural, physical athleticism required, coordination with your hands and feet. But such a big part of it is mental, that, it's really important to have good concentration, good focus for long periods of time. And it's so mentally focused that, I wanted to make sure that I was able to bring the best version of myself that I could to the track, be able to concentrate for long periods and really be able to focus on the job. And I think that, meditation from DeRose really helped, kind of bring yourself into the right mind state to be able to bring that focus.
If you translate that into words, concepts, common words, concepts, what would you say that you felt the most in terms of development? Was it concentration? What was it?
Yeah, I think a big part of it was concentration, for sure. It's very important to stay calm. There's a lot of adrenaline involved in racing, and there's a lot of pressure, and trying to execute correctly, and sometimes you only get one chance. So it definitely helps to be in a good concentrating state, be able to stay calm and relaxed. I think when you bring that kind of focus, that kind of concentration, you kind of take out the emotions and you put more focus, and that always helps you, I think, to execute what you want to do that much better. So I think that's really where it helped. It was the focus, the concentration, being able to stay calm and just execute properly. I think that's where it helped.
Since we work for so many years, year after the year, comparing the beginning to where you are, obviously it's quite a few years doing this, but did you feel the evolution immediately when you start doing it, or what was your experience? Did you feel it right away, or
it was hard to gauge. feeling something immediately. I do think it was more gradual, but it did happen fairly quickly. It's not something you noticed overnight, the change.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the change happened over weeks or maybe several months, where you kind of notice that you are focusing a little bit better than you used to. You kind of have to, since it's not an immediate change, you have to remember back to how you were.
Mm-hmm.
So you really have to think about it to kind of realize, hey, yes, this has really helped me make progress. I'm doing things a little bit differently now than I was before.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say the timeline probably just a few months of good training and a few days a week of meditation and combination of physical exercises that you really do start to see a change.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. And actually, just for the people to have an idea and an overlook of what we do, basically we have the conceptual part where we develop power skills, and that mostly we do over workshops that or talks that we have, and specific things that we address. In Christian's case, it's everything. It's personalized. It's directed to each one's evolution. So we have that part where we develop wherever it's needed, or it's the leadership on his part, or is the emotional intelligence, as is spoken before. Depends on the subject that we identify that it needs to be developed, and then we put specific actions to develop those power skills. And to complement that, to solidify that work, we also have the technical classes where we develop the specific breathing techniques, implement rhythms in the breathing, relaxation techniques for you to discharge and relax your nervous system, the meditation where you kind of detach yourself from your analytical mind, and all of that. That it's the broad work that we do. And that Christian was mentioning that it took a few you said weeks to months to start feeling a deep transformation, right?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, maybe a few months or so to kind of realize.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. And what are this more related to your racing this year? What are your expectations for this year? What's the goal for this new series? What are you trying to reach with it?
Well, we always try to win.
I like that mindset.
Yeah. Well, I think that the goal should always be the same.
Uh-huh.
It's we really the result, the immediate result that we see is not the important thing. Actually, I think the important thing is to bring your best concentration and focus and try to execute in the moment. And the results will always follow, I think, if you do that. So I think that's our priority. So it really, obviously at the end of the day, we want to win. But I feel that the best way to do that is not to focus on winning, not to focus on whether any particular moment we're the fastest or we're the best, anything like that. The most important thing is execution in the moment. Try to focus and do a good job. And if you can do that, you have a greater chance of winning and getting the result that you want. So that's our first priority, is to just bring 100% focus and do the best job that we can.
Beautiful. That's great. And in terms of your future, in terms of your career, let's say, what would be the category that you would like aim to, that you would like to race in the next couple of years?
Well, I honestly haven't thought about that. I kind of take it year by year.
I know.
Um,
I know you pretty well already.
yeah, and well, things change pretty quickly in the
Uh-huh.
racing world. There's always new cars, and sometimes different series kind of come in and out of focus.
Mm-hmm.
They become more popular or less popular, depending on the kind of cars that are raced. So things change. But honestly, yeah, it's you always want to move up to a faster car, in a more competitive series. I think, but this year my focus is on this series only. This is a very competitive series. It's going to be
Mm-hmm.
quite a difficult task to win here. So 100% of the focus is on this series for now. It could be that we try to do this very same series next year. Maybe if we win this year, we can think about moving on to something different, move up the ladder, so to speak.
What would be the next?
Probably a GT3 category, or maybe a prototype category, maybe LMP2, which is more of a downforce oriented car, much higher cornering speeds. GT3 cars are more similar to the cars we drive now in GT4, only they're a bit higher speed, higher downforce. So if we do move forward, it would inevitably mean that we're moving to a faster car. Going faster.
Always faster.
Yeah, exactly. That's maybe that will be the goal for next year. I think it will depend on how we do this year.
This year, right?
So we'll have to wait and see how that goes.
Awesome. And in terms of the skills and the moment that you are now in terms of racing, what do you see that we can and through our methodology we can help you with the next step? Like, what's the next skill? It's just the focus that we need to sharpen it even more. What do you feel in terms of that?
Yeah, I think that these races compared to last year are quite a bit longer. Some of them are very long. I believe there's a 6-hour race coming up later this year in the summer. We already had a 4-hour race in a couple of weeks ago in Daytona. So not only is focus a factor, but I think focus in combination with physical endurance is going to become more important. So I think that we're also going to be racing in the summer. So it's going to be hotter. And I think that makes physical endurance that much more important. So I think we'll have to turn even more focus to physical endurance to try to be able to concentrate for long periods, but also while it's very hot and demanding on your body. And of course, it's going to be harder to focus when you have to be in the car for two straight hours and it's hot outside. You lose a lot of water. You probably lose about 6 or 7 pounds
every time you race.
Yeah. So you lose a lot. So you have to make sure your physical conditioning is top, and that way you can make sure that you can bring the right amount of focus. At the end of the day, it's always focus, but you need to have a strong body sometimes to be able to focus when things get.
Yeah, so probably we will need to put a little bit more attention on the breathing aspect, the way we breathe to develop energy and to conserve energy in those conditions. Yeah. And the physical techniques also, we will need to go stronger on them.
Definitely. Yeah. Gotta go.
Yeah. And I would say that there's a component also of relaxation, right? That because you need to be loose to drive and to go in the flow of the car and be able to enter in that flow kind of driving. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. You'd like to conserve as much energy as possible. And don't waste any, not thinking about things that are not important. Things, bringing the focus, bringing the calmness, conserving energy. Yeah, definitely very important.
Awesome. Let me just remind the guys at home again. Besides, you can send your questions. We will be here for a few more minutes, like 5 to 10 minutes more maximum. Send your questions. We would love to hear from you. And at the same time, if you want to try our methodology, if you are interested and you want to give it a try, you can always go to our website or directly to Apple or Play Store and download our application. And you have a 14-day trial that you can try all the classes. All the classes are interactive. The teachers will be there the same way we are here, real time. You can talk with them, put your questions. They will address exactly your questions. It's not recorded. It's in real time that you can do the workshops to develop your power skills, and the classes, the sessions to develop yourself in terms of breathing, your ability to relax, to meditate, and all of that. I wish I can see you in the classes. I teach some of those classes, but today we have around 150 teachers that teach in several different languages. English is one of them, then Spanish, Portuguese, French, and there's a couple more there. So we are almost a 24-hour platform. Just go there, just subscribe, try 1, 2, 3 classes, whatever classes you want, and then after those 14 days you decide if you want to continue, and if it's something valuable for your career, for your personal life, whatever, and then you decide to continue or not. No, there's no commitment with trying it. Cool. Coming back to our conversation, I had something that came to my mind while you were speaking. You touched in an important point, but I think it flipped away. But I go with something else. In terms of when you do your routine, in terms of the practice, in terms of your daily approach, what the development of the things that we are talking about, like breathing, relaxation, meditation, what is the commitment that you are talking about in terms of time, in terms of your dedication? What's your experience for you to feel those results that you were talking about? What's a good commitment that you feel that it brings you the results that you need? Probably now we need to obviously increase a little bit the commitment, because the exigency just went one step up. It's like in everything. But so far, in your experience, what is that commitment? What do you feel that it's the ideal that brings the results that you expect?
I would say that ideally you would do 3 days a week, do a 1 hour practice for 3 days a week. I think that's enough to see progress and to move forward. So yeah, that's I would say that's probably a minimum at this point for me. Now that we've gotten to this series, that's the ideal amount of time that I'd like to spend, and that in conjunction with other activities also on the days that we don't do a practice. So maybe 5 days, I think, would be, a combination of practice and also maybe some other form of exercise to really get in top condition. But yeah, I think before, since we've started, I think we've usually done 3 days per week.
Yeah, that's how we started. Then we increase. Then when you are off racing, we go a little bit less. It's depending on the moment. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
It's always personalized, and we always that's the beauty of the work we do. It's that we adjust according to the needs. When you do more, we do more. When you are in a more relaxed moment, we do less, and it's very organic the way we put the work together.
Yeah, it's always very flexible as well. There's a lot of choices you have, time slots, and when you can fit into your schedule. So that's been good as well. And that's the changes you've made recently that are really good on the online aspect of the class scheduling, and that's all been very nice. So yeah, I do think we saw a lot of progress with class of 3 days per week. I feel like we got to a good, like we were talking about before, about 3 months or so, something like that, to really see a change and good result, and improving focus and physical endurance.
Beautiful. Yeah. Oh, we have some questions coming in here now. So one question here, Chris, do you feel meditation contributes for you enjoying even more the moment of racing itself?
Yeah, I would say so. I think if you're in a more relaxed state, and if you're concentrating better, I think that what that enables you to do is really become even more involved in the moment, to kind of take away from other distractions that you may have. I think it kind of allows you to get even more involved and more, I guess, close to or intimate with what you're doing on the track. So yes, I never thought of it that way before, but I think that is true. If you could concentrate better, I think you'll inevitably get more enjoyment, because I think what you end up feeling is that you're doing a better job. If you're concentrating better and if you're executing better, I think you inevitably will feel that you're doing it better. And I think you'll feel better about, any practice or, things that you may be involved in at the time. You can kind of look back and say, yes, that was very productive time that I spent driving and practicing. So yes, I think that is definitely true. I think it gives you gratification because it makes you feel that you're doing better.
Awesome. So we have a few more questions here from the audience. How many years have you been working together? I think almost 10. It's 9 years now, I think.
That's right. Yeah, since 2013.
We are getting old, Chris.
2013. Yeah, 9 years. Yeah.
Yeah, 9 years now. Yeah.
Long time.
Long time.
It doesn't seem like 9 years.
This we already responded, I guess. Oh, did you have a set time every day to practice, or did you do it whenever you found time? I think we kind of responded to this already, but usually we have a windows of time where we practice, and at least especially in times of competition and a little bit before we start competing, we try to do it in a disciplined way, bringing discipline to the process.
Yeah, I think usually we found a time that was convenient. Sometimes in the morning, but I think usually in the mornings is, well, especially when we first started out. I think we were always at 8 a.m. If I remember.
Yeah.
Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 8 a.m.
Yeah. Exactly.
We're in like a little bit later time slot, but yeah, always consistent.
Awesome. And the last question that arrived here: were you ever skeptical about the results you might see? Did you need to have faith, belief first?
Yeah, I guess maybe a little bit, but I think I also signed up because I thought it would be beneficial. I had a little bit of experience with meditation before, and I did see positive results. So I don't. I guess I didn't know exactly what benefits I would see, but also I did think that there was some benefit to be had, even though I didn't quite know what to expect exactly, what the results would be. So yeah, no, I wasn't really, I guess, suspicious that I wouldn't see results, but also, yeah, it was not exactly clear what they may be, since it was new to me. But yeah, but I figured I would see some benefit of some sort.
Mm-hmm. Got it. Okay, let's see if someone else sends a few more questions. Just feel free to do, guys. It's the last few minutes. If you want the website for you to try it out and have the experience with no commitment at all, our website it's DeRoseMeditation.com, and there you have access to the subscription through the web, or if you prefer the apps on your phone or tablets, you have for the Play Store, access to the Play Store and to the Apple Store to download it. It's easy as that. You just need your phone to put your phone number, your name, and you are already in, and then start scheduling some workshops or some sessions with us. And is there any other feeling or any other thing you would like to share with the people at home in terms of your experience, overall experience with meditation, mindfulness, the practice?
Yeah, I think generally it's a positive experience. I've been able to engage in this practice, and I always felt better. You feel like you're performing better. You just, and generally just feel a little bit better about your everyday life and your outlook and positivity. So yeah, I think generally it's been a great experience, which is why I continue.
Awesome. And in terms of a specific thing that in a certain way it's chronic in our society, that is stress. Did you feel in overall, not just in racing, because racing by itself, it has a lot of adrenaline and all of that, as you mentioned, and that brings you healthy stress in the moment of driving, right? But outside that, in your regular life, when around racing, around your job, did you feel any impact in terms of the way you manage stress in general? What did you feel in that specific topic?
Sure, I think that's not only did it help me like in the racing, but it's also, I think it's beneficial in every aspect. So yeah, I think it, the exercise and the meditation, I think in generally it brings a sense of calmness. So you can apply that anywhere, even when you go to sleep at night. You should be able to fall asleep a little bit easier because you're more relaxed. And I mean, it kind of, I feel like your body needs physical exercise and needs this sort of thing to be able to feel balanced. So I think, yeah, I think you get a sense of better balance in every aspect of your life, and that will bring you less stress and hopefully every aspect, I would think. I know I feel that way. You just feel better. You feel physically better, mentally better. So yeah, that helps you in every area.
Beautiful. Since they are shy at home today, they didn't send any more questions. I think this is good for today, Chris. Okay. Thank you very much for your contribution. It's really a pleasure to know you for so many years and for us to work together for so many years. Basically, we worked together since I arrived to the United States. You were one of my first students here,
That's right. I remember. Yeah.
When you're right here. And it's been a beautiful journey together. It's great to be part of you reaching your goals and winning these 2 championships. That was the highs of our work together, let's say, and the highs of your career, obviously. And let's bring another one home by the end of this year.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. Awesome. Thank you very much, buddy. At home, thank you, everyone. I hope to see you in one of our sessions soon. Just don't be shy. We are here to bring mindfulness and meditation to you. Just don't hesitate. Go there, try it at least once for you to have a real experience and to experiment by yourself. And we are here, as I mentioned, for you. Any questions, any doubts you have, just reach out to us. And if they want to follow your races, Chris, where could they found?
Okay, so I've had to spend a little time figuring this out, and I hope it's not too complicated. But you have to download the Peacock app on your phone or on your Apple TV. And you do need a premium subscription to be able to watch the races. So my apologies for that. I know they do show live on. I'm sorry, not live, but they do show with some delay on NBC. It is called the IMSA Michelin Pilot Challenge. So if you want to search for that on your TV on NBC, hopefully you can find it, or download the Peacock app for your Apple TV or on your iPhone or other device, and you can apply for a subscription, and then you can find the races easily on that app.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's great. Thank you very much, buddy. And we see each other tomorrow for our session.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds good, buddy. Thanks again.
See you. Thank you very much, buddy.
See you guys. Thank you.
See you.